going to the BullyZone at midnight, okay? Bring the hookers back in. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2.
What's up? Welcome to the BullyZone podcast, where we had a bunch of M80s, but we just lost them. I'm Austin Largo.
And it's your boy Lance Winters, baby. How you doing? This is episode 5 of BullyZone Live, brought to you by Free Admission Studios. How you doing, man? How's your week been?
Yeah, everything's chilling, dog. Just cooped up at the crib, trying to work on the mixtape. We'll have more details on that later. But big news in sports entertainment. WWE broadcaster Corey Graves allegedly cheating on his wife. Corey Graves, he's doing commentary for both SmackDown and Raw.
He's kind of like the main guy now. He's stepping on up. Now that you got like the vets like Lawler and
he definitely
moving
replaced
down.
a hole that Jerry Lawler and JR left.
Mm-hmm.
That bit of attitude. But allegedly he's cheating on his wife with Carmella of, WWE's former WWE Women's SmackDown champion. That's big news.
And I don't blame him. I mean, let's be honest, man. Carmella's a catch, and when you are who you are, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? When it's your chance to shoot your shot, you got to go for it. Am I right, homie?
Yeah, she is fabulous. She is money.
Mella is money.
The sanctity of marriage. Just kidding. I don't care.
It's 2019, you know what I mean? Everyone's just trying to have fun, dip their feet in the water, you know what I mean? We had the same thing happen last year with Bray Wyatt, right?
Yeah, Bray Wyatt cheating with JoJo, the ring announcer. She's looking like a snack anytime I see her.
Yeah, it's just crazy to see. Hey,
JoJo,
what's going on, Adam Woods?
WWE ring announcer. Look her up.
Yeah, check her out and then check out Bray Wyatt right now if you haven't seen either one of them. It's crazy mix-up, ladies and gentlemen. But like I'm saying, when it's your time to shoot your shot, you know what I mean? You kind of got to, your wife's out the window at this point, you know what I mean? That's just the views and opinions of BullyZone. I know they don't reflect the views and opinions of everybody else, but, that's just how we're feeling about it. But, man.
How does this affect Carmella with her name being
tarnished
in this, tornado of, escalating news? She has a big match tonight, teaming with Naomi in the Elimination Chamber for the, first ever women's tag champion. How is this going to affect her?
It's definitely going to give her not the push she wants if it's true, because WWE does not like to be shitted on. WWE does not like when the dirty clothes come out the hamper, you know what I mean? And the same thing when Paige and that whole scandal happened, I think this could possibly ruin her chances today, but we're going to have to tune in later and find out. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. We're just hanging out. BullyZone Live, episode 5. Shooting, talking, having a great time. Talking about some scandalous things going on with Elimination Chamber, Carmella, and Naomi. How do you think about your chances going on?
Yeah, Carmella definitely not only hurt herself and, anything else they had planned for her, she hurt Naomi just today. If Naomi can, get out of this, bad publicity right now and just go solo right now or find, team up with Asuka. They were teaming up for a while, Naomi and Asuka. That was a really fun tag team to watch. I would have liked to see them teaming up instead of Carmella. Maybe leave her out of this one. I don't really see any natural match for her to team up with. So I think she does better as a solo act, maybe with like what she was doing with James Ellsworth. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They could have teamed up together. That would have been my pick.
Well, now Corey Graves can be the new Ellsworth for all we know. We just have to tune in. That'd be something that's fun.
I want to see how that plays out. Corey Graves, what's his...
But I think it's totally going to get into her head, though. And, with all this gossip going on and whether it's true or not, because we don't know that for sure. But it's definitely going to be in her head tonight when she's got all the fans staring at her. She's got Mrs. Graves at home, eyeballs glued to the screen now, making sure nothing's going on. I bet your mom's a fan of wrestling now, you know what I mean? But we got some other drama going on with in the division of wrestling here in our hometown, in our own little backyard. Who's in Vegas? We got David in Vegas. And yes, Donatello, we're talking about Kofi Kingston. We're talking about the drama.
Donatello, just hold your horses. We'll get to Kofi. To some local news, looks like SoCal independent wrestler LTP has been arrested on suspicion of molesting a boy 3 years ago. That's according to the article right now, with the release by the police. News brought to us by SoCal Uncensored. They broke it first. What do you see happening from all this?
I see SoCal Uncensored having, 2/3 of the say in the article, so it's really hard to fabricate what really happened, what really didn't happen, but you go for the hard-hitting facts. You went straight for the police report. Down to the file. What's going on, Dorian? We're getting to some serious biz, and I just got to say, man, it happened whatever ago. If it happened, you know what I mean? All I got to say is dirty clothes need to stay in the hamper. You know what I'm saying, buddy boy? But yeah, it's definitely a shock.
Definitely a shock. Definitely. He was just, wrestling last night, making a name. I've been hearing his name come up quite a bit. And just for this to happen, on, such a good stretch you're on, is really going to derail, any future plans any companies may have had with him. It's really just, a storm you don't want to get caught in. Especially something like this, pedophilia. Like that's a rabbit hole you don't want to go in. And you go down and you'll see some messed up things. That's ruining someone's family. It's just, I hope these are just allegations, but we'll keep you posted as the story accumulates.
And that's why they call it an investigation, ladies and gentlemen. Don't jump to conclusions and don't go bragging, making stories and escalating situations, because it's real life people at the end of the day with real life situations. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, everybody puts their suits away and they're who they are. So let's just all stay away from negativity, and let's just all hope for the best either which way.
Now let's feed into Donatello's lust and talk about Kofi.
Donatello getting crazy over here. You're talking about Kofi Kingston. Did anybody catch that episode of Raw last week? That was intense. So if you guys didn't catch it, it turns out Ali.
SmackDown, you mean?
See, I didn't catch it. Where was I?
Yeah,
in my own world. I'm over here.
Securing that bag, but
I was securing the bag somewhere at work. Yeah. So anyways, on SmackDown.
Go ahead, let them know what it is.
And with Ali out of the way because of the vicious attacks by Randy Orton, it turns out Kofi Kingston was sent into the fray. And they had a gauntlet match to determine the placement of who's going in the Elimination Chamber. And honestly, you've seen the lineup of people. It's crazy to think out of everybody there, you'd have Kofi Kingston, the comical guy, the joke character, tuning in and just, it's nonsense, you know what I mean? But it's what the people wanted. I hope that Kofi gets his push, honestly, because I'd love to see the New Day finally break up. But Kofi's money right now. Kofi's got one of the best bets today at taking that title. But he's got to go through the likes of Randy Orton and AJ Styles. How do you feel about him?
Yes, this Kofi Kingston, once I heard the news he had to replace the injured Mustafa Ali, my betting sheet changed. I had, for the longest time, I probably would have had Daniel Bryan walking out the Elimination Chamber. But you add Kofi to the mix, he replaced the high-flying style that Ali would have brought to the cage, to the chamber. So now it's Kofi Kingston, who is arguably the most athletic, just people on the roster, WWE roster. In that cage, he's really going to be able to shake things up. He was able to beat current champion D. Bry and former champion in Jeff Hardy and possible soon-to-be world champion Samoa Joe. In that gauntlet match, he went over an hour, probably the longest time in a single match by one person. I'm pretty sure he holds that record now.
He's setting records, man. That was just the tenacity, and the strength he had to go through all those superstars. And even though he ended up tapping out, it was the best thing to do because you don't want to overexert your body. You don't want to cause any long-term damages, especially, 5 days out before a pay-per-view where you could walk out champion. So,
yeah, if he does walk out WWE champion, I don't want to see a breakup of New Day. I want to see
no, they're done. I don't want to see
New Day triple threat at WrestleMania. That's money right there.
Wow, a nice little breakup split right there.
Could be a breakup. Could be just hey,
It could be
we
La
want a
Raza both
shot,
walking out.
But, triple threat for the WWE Championship. New Day, Kofi Kingston walking in as champion. That's what I want to see. But, tune in after the show, after BullyZone podcast, see what happens.
That's right. Tune into WWE Network where you can catch
$9.99, yes.
everything you like for $9.99. Good stuff.
We have Fighting with My Family, the movie based upon WWE superstar Paige's life, and upbringing in United Kingdom. Out now in select theaters, out with the wide release February 22nd. So this week you can, check out this movie. How do you like, true stories, Lance, for a movie?
I like them as far as you can throw them, Especially when it's a movie, they like to say a lot of things are based on a true story, but then it kind of stretches wide and you're kind of left wondering what's real, what's not. You know what I mean?
Exactly. How much of this is just, Hollywood?
Did she really meet The Rock, or was this some movie insertion they wanted to throw in just to make a couple of dollars for The Rock? You know what I mean? There's all these little things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely what it seems like. Rock's on the poster. It's not about him. It's about Paige. Just the whole idea of making a movie of any wrestler about Paige. Why Paige? Sure, it's an interesting story. I'm sure if we broke open the history books, we can find another wrestler worthy of a bioflick. But I do like true stories. I do like wrestling. So I think I might still be able to enjoy this.
What's going on, Mama
film.
Impact? Miss you. But, yeah, if the show is if the story is that good that it had to be adapted into a movie, like that's what gives me the chance, you know what I mean? But I don't want to be 45 minutes into the movie and find out that she can fly or that she's got some hidden powers, some Hollywood effects, you know what I mean? I don't want them to Hollywood it up, If they're going to give me a true story, I want the real nitty gritty dirty. But I was actually here this Tuesday trying to catch a glimpse of this show. We caught a trailer and we got shut down again. But WWE, that's strike 2. Strike 3, we're coming for you. So watch out. But are you going to watch the movie? You honestly going to sit down and pay the money to watch the movie?
I don't know about pay, but I'll definitely be seeing it. Whether I have to, get LimeWire, download that, get some computer aids going with LimeWire. That's how I'm going to get my eyes on this movie about Paige. Fighting with My Family, out February 22nd. Check that out. Any wrestlers you think could have a movie made about them, now?
The movie of Hammerstone, baby. I can see that. It's a wrestler that spent his whole life trying to stand out and be somebody, and then he just gets shadowed by his image. You know what I mean? So the guy just goes through 100 gimmicks, and he's loved by 100 of those gimmicks, but he doesn't love himself because he has to go through all these changes. I think a movie like that would be inspirational. And at the end of the day, he has a match against himself.
I was thinking like Bella Twins. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do
good.
Bella Twins. That's nice.
Yeah, they already got the show, so it's just up the budget and make it a one big movie. But enough of movies. One last thing I want to talk about is Jay White. Switchblade, whatever they're calling him now, and over in Japan. He's your new New Japan heavyweight champion, and this wasn't a shock. Like, I didn't see as many people, exploding about this on, the web chats online.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of slid under the radar. Like, I don't know if people knew this was going to happen. I don't keep up very well with the New Japan product. But, last it was Tanahashi who won it off Omega at Wrestle Kingdom. So, any word on that? Jay White, new Japan heavyweight champion?
No clue. I can't read subtitles and I can't hear the language, man. So I really don't know what's going on in New Japan. I'm still trying to catch up watching, Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown live, baby. So congrats. I'm waiting to see the first ever Super Double Champion, take it from international waters and then take it from, like we were so close to having Brock Lesnar be an MMA champ and a WWE champ. I'm waiting for something like that to happen. I'll learn a language to watch something like that.
It could be in the books, but we won't know until Dana White books that match to happen.
But until then, we can only hope, But-
Yes. Let's get that going.
So many of you guys might have seen me go a little extreme this week. I might have went a little hardcore this weekend, going online, ranting and complaining and screaming my ways and fitting my ways into getting what I want. And I may have exaggerated some things. I may have overhyped some things. I may have, talked about it a lot, talked with my chest, But today's going to be the day where we all lay it out on the line. We're going to get to the bottom of everything. We're going to solve some controversy. We're going to tell some tales. And we're going to go live with none other than my favorite man, Johnny Boy Malice. Get over here, baby. Welcome to the show. You got to grab your own chair. There's a microphone right over there.
We got the chair. It's a rental, so careful.
Yeah. It's one of your rentals. It's a classic. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Could be better. Could be better.
Here we go. Oh, thank you. The Invisible Production.
Thank you. Where'd you get these from?
We got a guy.
You got a guy? Good. Well, I'll keep his.
You got a guy that knows the guy.
Call me Johnny Boy again. Call me Boy again.
Johnny Boy, what's wrong? Oh, whoa. You're going to have to taxi for that. What's
Yeah.
going on?
What's up, fellas? First of all, thank you for having us. I know that BullyZone had hit the skids for a while. You guys were out, as was the whole free admission channel. Royal Ramble had to take a hiatus and whatnot for reasons that we'll go into some other time.
How do you feel to be back, though? Have free admission back as a family?
I don't know. We all have family members that we'd rather not see. So yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to get back our message back out there, and that message is stick it to SoCal Uncensored.
That's right. Wrestling is great. Wrestling is everywhere. You don't have to watch WWE to be a fan. You can check out Orange County Championship Wrestling here, live in Orange County. You don't have to tune in to no programming, ladies and gentlemen. Wrestling is everywhere. But other than that,
Wrestling is not everywhere, unfortunately.
it's everywhere. It's even in Moore Park. It's even in Barstow. It's even in San Diego.
Yeah, try putting it in South Orange County. Try putting it in Mission Viejo, Irvine, Newport Beach, Coto de Caza, Lake Forest. And let me tell you, this is my social commentary. I find that the places with the most money also have the most red tape, right? And the people who need us the most are the people who are trying to keep us out the most. I mean, let's face it. It costs a lot to live in Orange County. It costs a lot to live in South County. And it costs a lot to entertain in South County. I mean, there's a reason why there's no football team in Orange County anymore. There's a reason why, the baseball team here calls itself Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
And the only people with money, big money, is Disney, and they control the Ducks, they control Disneyland, they control Anaheim. So if you're out there and if you're in Orange County and you are a wrestling fan or used to be a wrestling fan or know a few wrestling fans, look us up, Orange County Championship Wrestling. We have 3 dates booked in the next 30 days or so. Actually, 45. But I wanted to address. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hijack your show.
Yeah, I think I can assume
Wait,
where you're
before we
going
go
with
on,
that.
tell me about this new Mr. T starter kit you got going on here.
It's called swag.
It's called
John.
swag.
It's called drip.
It's called gold plated. What is?
Put some respect.
Let me-
My boy MF Doom right here.
Who is-
We got the Supreme.
Who's MF Doom?
It's a rapper.
Okay. Is he
Oh,
good?
he's a real one.
He's
Yeah,
very.
real
He's
rapper?
he's what you call a real one, John.
A
Trust
real
me.
rapper? You mean like he's as good as Run DMC and all that?
Yeah.
better.
Oh yeah. He's
I
up
will
there.
better money on
Oh,
that.
hold on. This is B.A. Marcus Frey. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
B.A. Marcus Frey. We are on BullyZone.
Scoop
What's
here.
going on, man?
Oh my God, it's really him.
What's going on with the card and everything like that. I want to know where my place is. I didn't get a chance to make it to the dining because franchise got better stuff to do. But I just want to know where am I at? What are you doing? What are you doing with me? Your prized possession. Your best wrestler on your card.
Well, thank you for asking. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not a fool. I am going to put B.A. Marcus Frey back into the fray, as it were. And your position is still solid in that Heartbreak City Rumble. You are there, my friend. But
I like that. So does that mean that since I've been inconvenienced that I get to come in last, that I'm number 20? Is that what we're doing now?
no. Well, no. Like I said, you have the
Comedian.
same number, the same number that you drew will be honored at the show. And hey, and I was just talking with Austin Largo over here. He said he punked you for some of his new jewelry. Is that true?
I feel like I wish that he could hold my nuts, let alone my jewelry. Get out of here. That's
BA, it's Austin. I'm a big fan. I was more really inspired by BA Marcus Frey, that swag he brings to the ring.
Exactly. Correct your mouth.
That-
Tell him what it is.
Well, that's not what he told me. But you know, what are you gonna do?
I'm the one that don't like you. It's your boy Lance Winters over here, looking like a damn sham. You need to get your chains polished up. You look a little oily over there, boy.
Don't you call? Hold on, Marcus. Let me just.
Step in the ring, I swear to God. Them ropes will break your back. I ain't even got to do nothing.
You wanna see me in the ring, Marcus? You can see me at the ring at the Heartbreak City because I'll be opening the show with a very nice interview, and I'll drop that later.
But I guarantee your coke ass will jump out before I even get there.
Oh, like last week, huh?
Oh, like a race.
Exactly.
Oh, like a race. Okay.
Marcus, I want to tell you thanks for calling in, and yes, I haven't quite gone over when and where the next show or where it's been rescheduled, but I'm going to do that right now since you called to remind me. Continued success, and are you sure none of these are the ones that you had missing? Right? Because I can bring them back for you. I know these guys are bullies, but
You know I'm there all the time, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
all right, my friend. Thank you for calling in, and for BullyZone, we have
Austin Largo.
and
Lance Winters, baby.
we'll see you soon.
Punk ass bitches.
I'll talk to you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, just tuning in. We just had BA Marcus Frey with a surprise call-in. He was asking about his position for Heartbreak City Rumble. And before we talk about his position, let's talk about
My position.
the position of the show. Where's it going to be at?
Okay, well, we had some, yeah, thanks
Little
for bringing that
background
up.
on
And
that.
I'm here to kind of clear that up, get the word out so nobody winds up showing up to the wrong place at the wrong time, kind of like, you did.
Hey, I sold a bunch of tickets, okay?
Yeah, you,
You guys got to make it up to these fans. I have people coming in from across the country to see this show because they want to see some heartbreak.
well, they're going to see some.
And you
heartbreak.
broke their hearts, literally. And they have tickets.
No extra charge. Listen, okay, look, here's the thing. We had, due to circumstances with both the venue and
And funding
right?
from BullyZone.
We had to reschedule and relocate our show. So those of you who are holding tickets to the Heartbreak City Rumble, originally scheduled to be at the Westminster Boys and Girls Club in Westminster, California, hold on to said tickets, right? We have had to relocate and reschedule to March 30th at American Legion Post 716. If you want a refund, bring your tickets to me at the Della O Training Center. I will refund you your tickets. If you want to still see Orange County Championships Wrestling Battle Royal Heartbreak City Rumble, we will honor your tickets at American Legion Post 716 on March 20th. All right, everything else is the same. The time, the wrestlers, the card is going to be the same. It's just we had a minor setback, and we're dealing with it, and we're moving forward.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just to reiterate, tickets will still be good for Heartbreak City Rumble. If you want a refund, come down to the De La O Jiu-Jitsu Center.
Bring your tickets too.
Bring
Don't
your
just
ticket.
show up asking for a refund.
But
Like this guy probably.
Yeah,
would.
there's guys, and like you said, you guys can come and get a refund. There's nothing wrong with taking your money and going elsewhere with it. You know what I mean? But if you do want to take your money here, you purchase any tickets from BullyZone as of today to make up for things. I'll guarantee you guys front row seats
Okay.
for any of my good loyal bullies out here who want to show up to this performance because everybody wants to get their heart broken, right?
Ordinarily, I'd say, you know what? Don't, I'm not going to honor, a bunch of people wanting front row seats through someone else. But if it's all your viewers, then I can have a problem parting with two seats. Yeah.
right on.
Hey, I only have one friend, but I'll take the second seat so I can take a little break. That sounds good to me, John.
He
Boy.
sold me a ticket. I sold him a ticket. Perfect.
There you go.
That's what you call. I think that's socialism,
That's
isn't that?
synergy.
What about? Yeah, synergy.
It's business.
So on the card, right, we have the number one contender to Gusten Uberstud's OCCW heavyweight title. As you know, Marcus Frey entered in there. Mikey O'Shea, Azrael. Daniel Moon will actually be wrestling Azrael on that card.
Yeah, you got him working doubles, I believe.
Not everybody, just some people volunteered, really busted my chops to get both a match and in the ring. Some crazy people like Azrael, not only he's not content to insult people, beat up on people, but he wants to also get in and then insult and beat up on more people.
And do it again, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how that is. We have tag team champions Exodus will be taking on a new team that you may or may not have heard of. We'll get into that a little bit later as well.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Damon Devine will be making his Orange County Championship Wrestling debut.
I saw that. I think he has a real strong shot at. Is he just in the Rumble?
Well,
are you looking for a spot
we're in
for him?
negotiations with him, but he will definitely be at the card. We have a newcomer to the West Coast, Johnny Sunset.
Johnny Sunset.
I don't know if you're familiar with Johnny Sunset. He's new to the West Coast scene, and he's going to be making a big splash, as it were. In OCC.
Johnny Sunset. That sounds he sounds like to be in the perfect place in Southern California.
Right, exactly. He's a bit of a beach goer type, Venice Beach, California. So yeah, definitely.
And it's not you with a surfboard. It's not your it's not your latest gimmick coming into play.
Surfer's
Because if that's why you're mad at me calling you Johnny Boy, because I've been spoiling everything.
All right. If you ever see me with a surfboard, you can be pretty sure that there's a pawn shop nearby. Because I am not a water soul. I mean, I'm not. No.
So you wouldn't choose Squirtle. You're starting
What's that?
Pokemon. You wouldn't choose Squirtle as you're starting Pokemon. You're not a water guy.
Squirtle.
Or are you more of like a land guy, or do you like the air? Like how you feel about flying?
I have no problem flying. I have no problem on the ground.
Is Mudchop the fighter one?
And let me tell you something. What?
Fighting. It is a joke for all our nerd fans out there. It's Pokemon. You don't get.
Mikey O'Shea is
going over
watching and Drew Masters is watching. We got to shout out something for them.
Isn't that a stupid card game? That thing where you guys get together and act like women? You guys, look, if you're going to play cards, let me tell you something. If you're going to play cards, and Robert and his assistant over here, John, can say, if you're going to play cards, use friggin' playing cards and play for money. Poker, blackjack, 5-card draw. It doesn't matter. Not, I have your, Squirtle and your Battle Beetle, and I'm going to take your Smash. What the hell is that? You guys are supposed to be grown-ass men, Mr. Friggin'
Swagged out.
We're not buying cards. We're not playing cards. We're playing with cars, okay? We're buying jewelry. Now. We're upgrading our stash, baby. We don't got time to be playing with cards. And it's digital now. It's 2019. You don't carry cards anymore. It's all in an app, John.
No cards.
My Pokemon are in an app now. It's not in my cards anymore.
Oh, you're one of those guys who walks around the park. Oh, I'm going to catch it. There's nothing there. And the adults are like, look, there's nothing there. I got it. Woo! I'm like, he didn't catch anything.
John, when you get your phone out of 2008, you'll see.
Yeah,
because
I can attest to that.
You got these apps, man.
I still have your mom's phone number in here, though, so don't worry about it.
But let's get back into Heartbreak City Rumble.
No response.
Who do you think is that's currently in the Rumble? Who do you think has the best shot of going all the way?
Okay, well, let's talk about that a little bit, because here's the deal: the best wrestlers will sometimes have a poor draw.
Exactly.
Right? So the worst wrestlers will sometimes be the beneficiaries of a great draw. You know what I mean? In this instance, I don't know if you're familiar, but Danny Limelight, right, volunteered to be the number one, to go number one in this battle royal. So now, not only is he number one in his own mind, he's also number one in the ring, and so he's going to have to face at some point all 20 or all 19 others.
Yes.
So now you can say, well, Danny Limelight, if he was going in somewhere in the middle of the card, I'd say, oh, he's a favorite. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
But you can't say anyone who's coming in first is going to be the favorite. You just can't. I mean, if you were a betting man, would you bet on the number one guy every time? Probably not.
Numbers don't lie. I just recently saw a promo from Scott Steiner from 2008, and the numbers can look messed up all you want, but at the end of the day, when you're a number one guy, you're going to end up number one, even if you got to go through 19 other people.
Yeah.
Is that what they call Steiner math?
That's Steiner math, baby. Check the promo.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so Danny Limelight is like 100% the best, right?
Uh-huh.
But then you add on all his titles, so he's 400% the best. So you throw 400% in the ring with 20%.
Divided by 20.
And you divide 20% by 20%. So you got 400 versus 20 of a 20th percent. And that's the chances the likes of Freddie Havoc has against him. 400 against 20th of a 20th of a 20th.
So this is what they were talking about on the Royal Rumble when they were confusing me with that kind of match, right? Okay.
John, I know you've taken a lot of hits to the head in your wrestling and MMA days, but so we'll drop it.
That'd be great. That'd be
1
great.
+ 2 = 3. Simple enough.
Yeah, exactly. Except in your case, where 1 + 2 equals.
Money.
Yeah, I have money enough to buy them friggin' gold-plated
Supreme.
chains. Okay, so my point is this. All right, we got Mikey O'Shea in there. I don't know what his number is. I won't know till that night, right? We have Azrael. Again, don't know his number. And someone devious like Azrael, who's not as big as Mikey O'Shea, maybe the same size as Danny Limelight, but he's a sneaky bastard. You know what I mean? He's not above doing anything. You know, making friends, breaking friendships. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That day, you know, and B.A. Marcus Frey, pretty straightforward guy. He's going to come out straight at you. If he's like one of the last guys and everyone's been battling in there, can you imagine you fighting someone like Azrael, who's doing every dirty trick in the book, and Limelight, who's moving, you know, who's hard to pin down, and you finally fight, and he's down, and then in comes B.A. Marcus Frey.
Plat.
What?
Black pepper coming in, cracking on everybody.
Yeah.
Seasoning the whole plate.
Yeah, that, yes, I get it. Like salt and...
Yeah, because the salt wasn't enough. So you have to put the salt and the pepper together. And sometimes you don't need to put salt and pepper together. I don't understand why you're putting salt and pepper together. It's February, John. Sometimes you need to put things separate. The views and opinions of BullyZone are the views and opinions of BullyZone.
Yeah, I don't imagine too many other people think the same way. All right.
Anyways, moving forward.
Now, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, and frankly, you know, sometimes the best draw goes to the best wrestler, and boom, then it's pretty straightforward. So, you know, buy a ticket. I know you guys have your press passes, so you're going to be okay to show up. Why don't you guys sell some tickets for me, get some people to come to the show. It's going to be HUGE. That means very large, right?
Yes.
Since your
Huge.
spelling skills are probably about the same as your math skills.
He got that from the guy he voted for.
What?
Huge.
So, make sure that you are there. The last time we did 716, do you remember? Were you there?
Yes.
Yeah, it was sold out and then some, right?
Yeah, it was
there
crazy.
There were just as many people standing as there were seated. So make sure you come there.
Yeah, onions, Germans, cages. It was crazy.
Onions, Germans. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Imagine someone who doesn't
know
want.
everyone's ethnicity when you go into the ring. But I see what you're saying. BullyZone will actually be doing a BullyZone segment there, so you don't want to miss that. We have 4 feature matches as well, in addition to the Battle Royal. And if you came to Cage Match, you realize that is the premier wrestling venue in Orange County. You don't want to miss it. Be there.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss Heartbreak City Rumble. And, we talked about who do you think had the best chance at winning. And, we discussed it's not about just being the best wrestlers, but a lot about positioning when you go in. What's the one wrestler in this Rumble that you would not like to win? You don't want to have...
Yeah, because we can't ask you who your
championship.
favorite is, because that's like foreshadowing.
I don't have any favorites.
I bet.
I mean, other than you guys, right? You're my favorite.
I thought Joey the Bull wasn't your favorite, but I'll take it.
Okay. Well, cool. Remember a couple of things, right? Who's my favorite? Who do I think will win, or who do I want to win?
No, we're going
The opposite.
Who's the man you would least like to give
A
a
chance.
championship opportunity, which means they won the Rumble?
You know what? This is, and I'm telling you right now, this is the God's honest truth. All right. If I don't want to give someone an opportunity at that title, they won't be in the Rumble. They won't be on my card. I won't give them an opportunity. The indie landscape is littered with people who wanted an opportunity but pissed it away. Right. From OCCW. You know who I'm talking about, right? I'm going to start my own show. It's going to be a great show. I got a big announcement coming soon. When's your big announcement? It's coming soon. That's your big announcement, that you have a big announcement coming soon. Guys like that. There's other guys, that, hey, can I get on your show? Well, let's see, you showed up late. You didn't draw any money, no, sorry, right? So those are the people that I don't want to give a title shot to. They're on the outside looking in. Everyone I put in that ring, right, whether it's B.A. Marcus Frey, whether it's even some of the guys are coming in from MPW. We got guys coming from Gold Coast Federation. We got guys coming from, what's that place out in Barstow?
Destination
We
6.
got people coming from all over the place, right? I don't mind giving them a shot at my title, right?
Yes.
So, yes.
So to say that, is there someone in there that You know what? Let me tell you what. I tell you what.
Here
I'll
it
tell you
is.
what.
Here it
I'll
is.
tell
The
you
truth.
what.
We broke them.
I tell you what. I would love to see Danny Limelight win just as a wrestling fan because he's going in first, right? And if he perseveres over all that, good for him.
You want to see the underdog story. Doesn't matter who's number one. Could be, the top guy. Being number one is an underdog
I
spot.
would just like to see something different happen. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That doesn't happen every match. Someone gets pinned or disqualified. There's always a winner. Every match, there's always a loser. Every match, there's always wrestling. But in this case, every time there's a battle royal, there isn't always a guy going first and finishing the whole damn thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's what I would like to see. And Danny Limelight, if you're out there, right? I don't know. I want to apologize to those rumors that are going around. You heard some of these rumors going
This
around?
is what I was gonna want to address too. Everything was going a little crazy on the show last week, but no, finish with this whole Danny business. You give him a little shout out.
I did. I give a shout out. Look, I'm just saying. Look, I don't know where all these rumors are coming from, but go ahead.
They came from this Tuesday's episode of Rambo.
I don't know why these guys feel it's necessary. It's like a joke gone wrong, right?
Well, for the viewers who are just tuning in and might not be aware, let them know what the rumor is.
During the course of our comeback on the Royal Rumble, which can be seen every Tuesday night here at Free Admission at 9 p.m. Make sure you tune in. Danny Limelight has been coming in and criticizing and complaining about his placement in the Rumble, how much money I pay him, why I'm not giving him a title shot, etc. Right? And someone made some sort of joke about him, about Puerto Rico, right? And I was like, no, I've been to Puerto Rico. It's a beautiful place. And they said, when were you there? And I told them this. And I go, that's about 9 months from when Danny Limelight was born. I'm like, okay, let's not have this rumor. And it took off like wildfire.
It's destroying the internet. It's been going viral all week.
Danny Limelight, I am not your dad, all right?
To
I
the
wouldn't
naked
know where to
eye,
begin.
the resemblance, uncanny. I must say that. But I'll take your word.
Oh, you think I look like Danny Limelight?
I think he looks like you.
You think he looks like me?
He looks like a younger
Producer
you.
Robert, do you have that picture? Because I'm going to point out some of the dissimilarities.
What, like
Right?
the facial hair? Because
First of
that's
all-
about it. And the hat, maybe that's about it. But
First of all, I'm a lot taller than Danny Limelight.
well, yeah, you gotta incorporate the mom's genetics when you make a
I
kid.
wouldn't even know what his mom looks like because I
That's
could
horrible.
tell
You can't say that about a woman. You
That's a
spent
good
night
Puerto Rico
with.
trip when you don't remember them.
Oh
No,
man,
no.
John, that's all bad.
No. I'm sure Danny Limelight's mother is a wonderful woman. I'm not saying that. What I'm
Because we're
saying-
live, you can't you can't say that.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
No, what I'm saying is there is very little evidence. There's no evidence, right? And there's nothing that you can put together that could even say it. That would even point to the fact that Danny Limelight being Jonathan Malice's son. I have a son, right? I have a daughter. Well, now come to think of it, they don't look like me very much either.
See, it's a family tradition.
But in any case, all right, Danny Limelight looks nothing like me. He doesn't have any of the same mannerisms that I have.
He's not
he
rude
doesn't have
and-
the same kind of attitude that I have. I mean, I think that it's a nice little joke that the guys were passing around, but I don't think it's going to go any further. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have the documentation here. We don't have anything to show you at how ridiculous it is that Danny and I are not in any way related.
But we do have a post online you can check out because look at
What is
these
this?
two.
What is this?
This is the images that's been circulating the internet
And
ever
he's doing that
since.
thing with his hand, isn't
The
he?
same thing. This has over 2,000 likes online right now. Ever since Tuesday, did you know that?
I don't know what that means, but
2,000 people seen this,
Oh.
and it's been circulating the internet.
well,
This has thousands of
look,
shares, and
okay, to be fair, look at
the indie scene really is like wondering what's going on. This might actually
Yeah,
be an article on
that
SoCal
is-
Uncensored because it's generated so
okay,
much.
99% match. Right
as
there.
I've said, this is just as plain and simple. That's not a 99% match. But
Well,
he
yeah,
looks
because you don't have
nothing
any
like
gold.
me. He's very what?
I said it's not a 99% match because you don't have any gold on you.
Well, no.
See, so like it's harder to look. You got gold.
We'll keep you
perception.
updated on whether or not John is the father, but
No. I'm telling you right now, this is not going to go any further than last week's episode and today's little joke. So thank you guys for, trying to embarrass me, but I am categorically denying any parental connection to Danny Limelight.
in the
Period.
last 25 years. you just you just dropped them off.
No. I would have. Oh my God.
That's the exact picture that's going on with the you be the judge. 1,000 people are watching it, wondering what's going on.
I don't see it. I don't know where you guys see it.
It's in the eyebrows. It's in the bald head. It's in the little cowabunga. I tell you, you're Johnny.
Look,
You're Johnny Sunset. I know. There it is.
I didn't come on here to be railroaded into this ridiculous discussion.
Well, that's what you get into
today.
today.
Danny and I are related. We are not.
Okay.
We're not. Besides, he's Puerto Rican. I'm Hispanic. I'm Mexican. So, little Mexican.
Well, what's the difference to a Republican?
Moving right along.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I want to ask you.
Yeah.
You know, you're constantly booking your shows. You know, like you said, for the Rumble, you have new people, not just to OCCW, but to the West Coast. Whoever it is, who are some top rising indie guys that you want to get on the show?
Yeah, sure. I'm glad you asked. We had Richie Slade scheduled for
okay.
for that show. I have to talk with him again. I have to talk with him, make sure he's available for the next show. So we haven't inked that, but we have, like I said, Damon Devine, who's coming from out there, and 29 Palms or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
A very exciting young talent coming out. Johnny Sunset, as I said before, is looking really. Do you really look? Besides, I go like this in that picture when I say
Still hung up on it.
you, and he's all here. Like it's a gang sign. This means I love you. I come from a family of deaf people. This means I love you. I don't look anything like. I don't. No, nothing like that. All right?
It's just the angle
I'm just saying. All right, he's not my kid. All right, we're not related. I'm sorry. It's the rock star.
Yeah, he's too hyped up.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Like a mojo, but just to get back to it. Any guys you want to see?
We do have some new talent coming in. We have the talent. We have Eddie Weiss, right?
Yes.
He was going to a recent graduate of the OCCW wrestling school. We have Alan Amos, another guy coming through the ranks, like Chris Camacho and Drew Masters did. They're the second graduating class of OCCW. So
wow.
So we have
Yes.
that, and you know what? One of the things that I've wanted to do, because it's called Orange County Championship Wrestling, is use people from Orange County, right? For a couple of reasons. I mean, you could talk. And it's in all sports, not just wrestling, but you talk to people who live in LA or San Diego or, the Inland Empire or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And for some reason, there's some sort of stigma or some kind of problem with F Orange County. So a lot of the people who have problems with Orange County Championship Wrestling, who've never been here, who've never wrestled for me, never done business with it, have problems with us simply because it's Orange County. Which is absolutely
It's all
ludicrous.
perception.
Absolutely ludicrous. Those are the smallest minded people I can imagine. I mean, think about that. I can wrestle there. Fuck Orange County. It's like, what? Right? Now, granted, there's, there are certain schools that I will not use people from, and it's not because I have anything against the guys who own the schools or anything like that. I won't use those wrestlers just because. I just won't. All right? Mm-hmm. When I have someone from Orange County wanting to work in Orange County, what does that tell me? All right, it tells us that we're showing some pride in where we live, right? Local people are going to come to see because these people live in these neighborhoods. If you wrestled and if you, could take those chains off for a minute and get in the ring.
John versus
These don't leave me.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we
Let's
know
book
how
that.
that went the first time.
Oh, boy.
Rematch, rubber
Your
match.
neighbors and your family who live in Orange County would come, and that it helps build that. It helps build the community. It helps build a fan base for Orange County Championship Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unlike the Angels or the Rams before them when they were here, we claim Orange County and we are proud of Orange County. The Los Angeles Angels have never, ever wanted to embrace Orange County. Oh, yeah, we want to have our shit there.
Yeah.
We have our stadium there. But before they were the LA Angels, what were they? For a few minutes, they were the Anaheim Angels. Before that, they were the California Angels, right? For as long as I can remember, the Angels never claimed Orange County, and they never will, right? They'll take all the revenue from the people who live in Orange County who are like, yeah, Angels, screw the Dodgers. No. What they're saying to you is they're too good for you. Orange County Championship Wrestling is Orange County. I know you live in Orange County. I know you live by the Orange County River Basin there. So we are Orange County I'm sorry, I had that mixed up. I was looking at the monitor. But clearly with that kind of accoutrement you can afford.
To
in
my
nice
people.
place. Yeah.
To my people.
Oh, see, look, oh, Danny Limelight's dad. Let's do that again. There you go. There you go. Oh my goodness. All right. So
I wish I have a son like Danny Limelight.
yeah.
But
Okay.
But there's nothing to be ashamed of, John. You know, it's an accident. It could have happened 25 years ago.
Next question.
Okay, next question. Did you know that today is Elimination Chamber?
Oh, from WWE?
Yes, sir.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Well, hold on. A better question would be, does Vince McMahon know when the Heartbreak City Rumble is?
No, he does not
Okay,
because
there
it's
you
been
go.
changed.
I think you need to make a presence
Because
at
he and I
the
don't
Elimination
really
Chamber.
communicate as well as we should.
Oh, man.
Lost
each
in
other's
translation, yeah.
You got to tell Vince to come on down and check out the program.
Oh, I have. I send him an email every time we do a show.
He'll be here. But until then,
Yes.
So, I noticed this paper we had it here since the start of the show. Jiu-Jitsu seminar
Yeah.
with Thomas Kenny. Do you want to
That's
explain what
at
that
the
is?
Della O Training Center. We have Thomas Michael
Ghost
Kenny,
Paper, watch out.
Esquire. He is my #1 student over the years. He is now the regional director of mixed martial arts for the UFC gyms out here. He is also my...
He's director of all the UFC gyms out here? And
not
stuff?
director of the gyms, of
For
the
the MMA program?
MMA programs, right.
Okay.
He
Sweet.
he is also one of my very best friends in the world. And his family has always been good to me. So we are doing a seminar featuring Thomas Michael Kenny,
Oh,
Esquire,
wow.
right? Saturday the 23rd here at the Della O Training Center, high above Uptown Stanton, which is where we have our studios here.
Now, will it be top floor or bottom floor?
Both.
Right on.
Yeah, both floors.
That's
So-
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So come on out. It's $35 per person. If you get a chance, come on out. You learn a few things from Tommy and myself, and you'll be all the better for it. If you are a black belt with, a ton of cage matches, I promise you're going to learn something. If you are a brand new white belt, I promise you're going to learn something. It's for you. There's no. You don't have to be a beginner. You don't have to be intermediate.
It's never
You don't have
bad
be
to, brush up on your skills and your,
Exactly.
a chance to
Exactly.
roll with.
So instead of training, somewhere
Someone like him.
nearby, right? You could actually come to the place and learn a few things, right? And you too. I could teach you a few things too. First of all, how to use a comb.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. But you won't raise your son. Anyways. I mean, I just don't get it, man. Like, you don't raise him for like 25 years. He shows up, wants to make you proud. He wants to win your gold, and then you put him first in the Rumble. I'm gonna drop it, but I know it weighs heavy on your head, and I just hope that you and the Lord are right at the end of the day, because that's all you really got to worry about. Don't put on a front for us. Don't put on a front for free admission.
Danny Limelight is not my son any more than you are. All right?
Well, I can't
How
be
do you
your
know-
son because you're Johnny Boy. No.
But I will give you a spanking like a daddy would.
Whoa.
And
No
just because-
spankings, no
just-
goose and uber stud. I don't want none of
Just
that.
because your sister calls me daddy doesn't mean you gotta call me daddy.
Little does he know my sister used to be a brother, so joke's on Johnny Boy over here. But anyway,
Wait,
moving.
let's talk about that for a minute. No, let me ask you that. Do you really have a sister who is transgender?
No.
Oh, never mind.
But
You're looking for a hot story, John, and I got
I'm
nothing.
not
I got
looking for a
nothing
hot
on the
story.
press for you.
I thought that might be something interesting to discuss because we had an interesting discussion about it earlier today.
we brought up Elimination Chamber. Yeah, you're not too, up to date
Hit to
on.
that nonsense, yes.
Imagine, we provide the funding for an Elimination Chamber here at OCCW.
Okay, before you pose that question to me, describe for our viewers what an elimination chamber is, and I'll just listen in just to make sure you're getting it right.
Elimination Chamber it's a 6-man match.
It's a steel cage.
Giant chamber, steel chamber. They have 4 pods in there, so 4 wrestlers wait in the pod. 2 start wrestling. Each 2 minutes, another wrestler comes in. Pin or submission. Last person standing wins the Elimination Chamber and gets either number 1 contendership, championship, whatever.
People
It
pay
is.
money for this shit.
You can watch it tonight.
No,
On the
no,
WWE
I don't
Network
have-
for
I don't have
$9.95
that
a
one,
month.
sorry.
Just subscribe at WWE
So what is your
Network.
question about this?
I was gonna ask if we were able to get the chamber.
Uh-huh.
Say we got the right venue.
Sure.
How would you book it? Which 6 men would you like in there? Would it be for the championship?
From my roster?
Yeah.
Well, that's simple. All right, that's obviously I would have to put, if he were healthy, we'd always have Othello with a
Othello.
broken leg. Of course, Mikey O'Shea. B.A. Marcus Frey.
Got 3 right there.
All right. Danny Limelight. We'd have to put our champion, Gusten Uberstute, obviously. So that's 5. And the 6th, you know what? I'd save the 6th for someone to volunteer from maybe the outside world to wrestling something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I really liked the idea that, that's probably the strongest, 5 from your roster, and then you can get.
Yeah, heck, we could get what's the guy that is wrestling at AEW, AJ Styles, is that his name?
There you go. That'd be fun.
Kenny Omega.
Kenny.
Right?
Kenny Omega's
Because if
fresh
we
off
had
the
money
pros.
to build one of them elimination chambers, we'd have the money to get those.
No,
guys.
everything went to the chamber.
Yeah, well then we'd get this guy in there.
There you go.
People would be champing at the bit to get in after him, right?
Yeah, Jack, I can definitely work B.A. Marcus Frey in Elimination Chamber if it were to go down. And I'm only saying that because you're watching.
Are you watching BA? Because if you are, let me see. I'm gonna look up here and see what you're saying. So,
You
all
got
right.
direct communication with B.A. Marcus Frey through Jonathan Malice.
And as we're watching and looking through the facts, I just want to say what's up, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is BullyZone Live, Season 2, Episode 5. We're over here shooting with Johnny Boy, talking about all the fun stuff.
I'm gonna tell you
We-
one more
we-
time.
we're gonna
Don't
be
you call me boy.
We're gonna
again.
be cut if we keep this up, John.
You're,
We're
gonna be cut, all right. You're gonna be cut and bleeding all over your own show. Help me out here.
Is this John or Camacho?
Any wrestlers you want to see a movie made out? We talked about the Page movie coming out.
You know what? Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? I heard you guys talking about that. That's a great idea. There's only really 2, like for a guy of my age, right? And I don't mean just, looking at the past, but I mean someone who I saw Battle Angel yesterday, and I really wanted to love it, and I didn't enjoy it at all. It was
looks
slow and
stupid.
choppy. No, it wasn't stupid. It was a great concept. The characters were really good. It was just really poorly done. It was It was too much space in between the action.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, looks like it's gonna look appealing, look awesome, but
But it sounded, the characters were all very cool, right? It was poorly done. But to your question, you were asking there's only 2 people in the wrestling business that would capture my attention from the time I was small till now, to where I look back and say, wow, they really had something going on. They are exceptional. You can have, who's the girl, Paige, right?
Paige,
They're making a movie about Paige. You can make a movie about The Rock. You can make a movie about Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's basically the only interest in it, honestly, is going to be about what? The wrestling and how they came up through wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
The outside stuff, they may have interesting things, but you're not going to think, well, that would be an interesting story. There are 2 people left in the wrestling business that can have a movie that people are going to be like, yeah, I want to see that. And the reason being, they actually led an amazing life, all right?
Mm-hmm.
First one, obviously, is Ric Flair. Right?
Yes.
All right. You can go from his days as in a small regional promotion, like Vern Gagne. But these movies would have to be 3 hours and 2-part sagas.
Did you ever watch the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair?
I haven't got a chance to see it, but even that didn't seem to do enough justice to it. How long was it? An hour?
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
maybe
See,
an hour.
you need 3 hours to do on Ric Flair if you want to make it a feature film. You know what I mean? And you can talk about the things like his partying and how many wives has he had?
About
Yeah, more than
Baker's dozen.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably, you know what, Danny Limelight might be his kid. Anyway,
he was in Puerto Rico a lot.
yeah, right, exactly. And you could do a whole part of the movie of his trip to Puerto Rico, going from WWF to WCW and back and forth. Like, okay, he's a compelling character as a human being and as his character.
Yes.
If you've ever had a conversation with him more than a couple words, you realize this man is really just, God, he's got so much to share, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's one, and that's an obvious choice. But honestly, and you can make it a 3-movie saga as long as the Godfather movies. The next person that you would have to make a movie about, I can't believe he hasn't even written a book, but it is
Hornswoggle. That man has a story.
Whatever horns you want, but I'm talking about Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Damn it.
All right, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You can talk about how he basically lived in a trailer with his mom for years. Didn't meet his dad till he was 18, 17?
Well, there's been like a movie for Vince McMahon in the works, but nothing's really picked up yet.
Yeah, and then you could talk about how
meeting his dad,
meeting his dad, all the amazing stuff,
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Montreal Screwjob, closing down all those territories.
Yeah.
Beating Ted Turner. All that and you're like, wow, yeah, that sounds real interesting, John. You know, the reality is, if you were around when some of this was happening, because I was there right when he started expanding. When I saw my weekly regional wrestling disappear from the TV, KHJ Channel 9, boom, and then have this corporate
Entity.
slick
Syndicated
syndicated program that at first you're like, hey, this is really good, but then after a while it wasn't very good, yet it kept catching on. It's like McDonald's, right? I imagine the people who there's a good example. You see the movie about Ray Kroc, the founder.
Funny you say that. I just finished it last night.
Right, exactly, right. And you're like, that's a compelling movie. And
Yeah.
they're talking about Big Macs, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. The guy who had that really good cheeseburger place, and then a McDonald's opens up across from him. The cheeseburger place closes down because for some reason people want these shitty friggin' quarter pounders with cheese and crappy milkshakes and right. Okay, so
French fries.
that's basically how I felt wrestling was, right? There we had all these crappy matches, and they were all squash matches when he was coming up. All right, so that when you would go to a card, you were, I want to see Tito Santana against Randy Savage, or I'm going to see Hulk Hogan against King Kong Bundy.
Yeah.
And you did, but everything else on the card was a squash match.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can see this on TV, right? And so that's what he was feeding you for the longest time. Yeah, on the pay-per-view, they'd have those matchups, right? But those matchups were terrible. The best example is if you look at WrestleMania 3, everyone talks about the great match between Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat and the historic match with Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. You watch the rest of that card and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And it did. And we paid a lot of money to go see WrestleMania. And so his pay-per-views were like that until WCW got their shit together for a little while.
Until they got, that
And
fire
shit
under their butt to,
right. And so
get
now
them in the right direction.
That has changed wrestling now to where you'll see more marquee matchups. But the product is still, I don't know what it is. I mean, for the longest time, the WWF had like a really poor in-ring product and a really good presentation, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to grow. Now their in-ring product is very good.
Yeah, probably the best it's ever been.
But it's
with
so
the way guys
hard
work.
to watch that show on Monday Night Raw. It's like I feel like I'm watching an infomercial.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like the roster's too inflated.
Well, it's just too clean. There's no like.
So you want the Attitude Era style back?
Well, see, I came along before the Attitude Era, but what I do like is Ring of Honor, their TV show. It's small. It doesn't try to pretend to be something it's not. Yes, there's probably about 500 people in this building, right? We're not gonna act like, we sold out the arena. They call it what it is. It's a ballroom or whatever. So, I think that a little reality would do the WWE well, rather than just trying to fool everybody all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Into thinking that they're watching the NFL.
Yeah, like rip the curtains off. Let's see what's behind.
Just make it a little more intimate. Maybe a little more intimate, and address the fact that, wrestling grew to prominence in places like the Rosemont Horizon and the Olympic Auditorium, places like that were small, and everything doesn't have to be so sanitized. My 2 cents. Clearly, you won't have a problem at OCCW's matches with sanitization or sanitation.
Not here.
Okay, any comments from your many fans out there in BullyZone land?
Yeah, you got, what's his name? B.A. Marcus Frey trying to feed me nursery rhymes and change my diapers, and I don't know what's going on with him. He needs to put his drugs down. That's another thing that I noticed.
Marcus Frey does not do drugs.
Is there a wellness policy in effect? Because I heard some things last week on the show.
I think it was a bit uncharacteristic of him, yes.
Well, that's what happens when you turn to drugs, you know what I mean? His mentor, Othello, is injured and he's away. So the big bad Marcus Frey is returning back to his street crime life. You know what I mean? That's what I'm concerned about, is that he's not turning a new leaf. And I just want to make sure, and wellness policies are ensured, because we have had problems in the past with, referees being safe, and now I want to make sure that wrestlers are safe. Everyone saw what happened at Bound for Glory with Jeff Hardy. That's all I got to say.
I didn't. I heard about it, though.
Yeah,
when he all messed up. And
I just don't want that to be the next B.A. Marcus Frey, because he has a cocaine habit out of
Didn't
that.
this guy have to go to rehab or something a few months ago because he was drunk on the air and all that? And passing judgment on holy men like B.A. Marcus Frey?
See, I did it all by myself. I decided to change my life, and I stuck to it.
You mean you run out of money and couldn't get your stuff anymore, huh?
It's called a reboot, a refresh. That's why we're here. Season
rehab.
2, ladies and gentlemen.
Rehab.
Thank you for tuning in. Season 2, episode 5 of BullyZone Live. We appreciate everybody watching. We're having a great old time here with John and Austin. John and Austin. John Austin Lance.
Shout out to Just Joel Inc. Check them out.
Just Joel.
Just Joel Inc.
How
I think
come I
you'd
don't
like him.
have all those cool things like you guys do?
What do you need?
Well, like all those people who are commenting and saying stuff, how come it doesn't say anything on mine?
Okay, so that's a big problem we want to address here at Free Admission Media, guys. So we do not want to be on Facebook anymore. We're going to make the transition onto YouTube, guys. We need to make YouTube so we can make dollars. So next week's episodes,
Tune in on YouTube.
all week's episodes, every episode next week is going to be on YouTube.
Gym Crashers and
No more Facebook, guys. And to promote this, whoever likes the page, subscribes, whatever, be entered into a raffle.
We'll give you, in addition to 2 free tickets to every OCCW show for a year.
Every, not just this one. That's 2 tickets. You can take your date every month somewhere.
Yes.
yeah, go on YouTube right now and comment. The first comment.
You know,
Give him a free ticket.
If you're your dad, you can take your son. Your mom, you can take your daughter.
You can take your side girl, whoever, it doesn't matter. But the point is, guys, we want to emphasize we're moving on over to YouTube. We're doing this together as a family. Free Admission is getting together, spreading this word, guys. So if you don't see us on
YouTube,
Facebook,
makes the show better. That's just plain and simple. It makes all the shows better.
All of them. So don't miss out. Check us out on YouTube, right? That's on the internet.
that's where we're going.
Or is that on the TV? All right.
YouTube.
And check out our TV show, which is going to be coming soon at a local syndicated. I haven't told you guys about that yet.
Ooh, Channel 13 at 2 a.m. I
Something
can't
like
wait.
It's better than Channel 56 in the middle of the night, huh?
Yeah, when they used to have the old
Channel
Girls Gone
69.
Wild.
Yeah. All right, guys. I want to thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you.
I want to wish you continued success. Well, maybe not you, but I want to wish you continued success in the future. All right, and tell everybody March 20th at American Legion Post 716. We have rescheduled the Heartbreak City Rumble for #1 contendership to the Orange County Championship Wrestling heavyweight title. Do not miss out. Tickets are on sale now. $15 pre-sale, $20 at the door. Do not miss it. And as I said before, if you purchase tickets, you can to the show that was supposed to be on the 23rd. We will honor your tickets at the Rumble Rumble, or you can come into the office here and I will refund you your money. All right? Make sure you bring your tickets. Don't just show up asking for a refund like these guys commonly do. I want to say goodbye to all the people in BullyZone land, all the bullies in the zone, and all the zoners in the bullies. Have a good night.
All right,
John.
there he is. Take that chair with